Hello, up to Monster 24, back again with another video. Today I just thought I'd show off some of my Transformers mangas. I've got the Japanese one books, in the English translation books 1, 2, 3. But I also have the Stormbringer manga, which, just from looking at a random page I've opened it to, is much more difficult to read a lot of the time. But it's a decent story, I think. I can't really tell, it's pretty difficult to read. But yeah, I can name some of the characters on the covers. Not all of them. Like, no clue who that red and yellow group down there are. Might be the Dinobots, but I don't know. I can name a lot of the characters who are on the covers, like Roadbuster, Springer, Broadside, just to name a few. Jetfire, you want another one? But still, I think out of my 4 Transformers mangas, this is the one I'd most recommend to newcomers to Transformers. It starts off with a lot of like the G1 stuff, like what you'd expect. Really easy, quick and accessible to get into. I just think Shrapnel was just visible and all that. It gives you some bonus features which are quite cool, like Octane's alt modes. I think that's the sweeps and a Sharktacon there. Yeah, Octane's alt modes, the sweeps, Sharktacon. Genuinely, I'd give it like an 8.9 out of 10. Fun book for new readers. It's decent. It's not too overwhelming. It does change up the characters over time, and you don't get a lot of time to appreciate the characters, but it gives you just the base generic knowledge, so you're able to enjoy the characters down the line from other franchises, other Transformers lore. Overall, great for new readers. The second one, I think, is a bit more aimed towards, like, if you have a better understanding of the Japanese media and all that, because by all frank, this book is much less links back to other stuff. But yeah, I think that's actually Cerebros in the centre there. Finally clicked to me who that is whilst doing this. That wasn't even intentional, but yeah. You can see where some characters like got there, why some characters are popular. Like, reading this, you can get an understanding of why Chrome Dome is I don't know if he still is, but at least was really popular in the US. And it's overall a good book. It just doesn't quite have the same accessibility to new readers. The first book is really accessible. The second and third, not quite accessible. I could somewhat still understand the second book after reading the first one. The third book, though, I got completely lost for a lot of that, to be fair. Not new reader friendly. And I think if you're getting Stormbringer, probably don't get it in manga format. I only have it in manga format, so I don't know what the non-manga format is like. But I can tell you the manga format is a bit difficult to read. Not quite book 3 here difficult to read, but a bit difficult to read. But there are quite cool moments in all of these. I think some moments you can be put up to question. Like, I think there is a character in this who goes by the name of Blackie or something along those lines, who's one of the headmasters. He teams up with one of the children in like a single story, and it's a decent story, but the character's name can be taken a bit derogatory if you want to. But yeah, overall, great trilogy of books here. They feel great to hold, lightweight, great things just to have in your pocket if you're going somewhere. And then this one doesn't feel as good to hold, doesn't have as good a feeling paper, but it's still an alright book overall. It's just I prefer these. And even then, I'll probably end up getting more Transformers manga before I get to another 5-10 years of collecting comics, because not been that long collecting comics. At the point I'm recording this, it's been about 5 years, because I started collecting during this book, which is when this book was part 2 and part 3 of this book. The second two there were my first comics, not counting Naruto, which I had but never got anything else that linked to comics for years. But yeah, I would recommend these mangas. This one, I think a new reader could pick up, but these 3 would not recommend to new readers. They got me completely lost and made it slightly harder getting into Transformers. Luckily, I had other books like the old 1985 and 1986 annuals, Target 2006, the new Energon universe currently, which I think last week's video was on, and what was the other one? Oh yeah, Transformers versus Visionaries, which by far was very good on the Transformers side of getting new readers in. The Visionary side of thing made the Visionaries seem an overwhelming, too many characters. And they clearly were less characters than I know Transformers has for reading these. But yeah, this book I'd recommend to new readers. These, let yourself learn some more characters before you move into these, because you will easily get lost. But yeah, I think they're still on Amazon at this point. But yeah, pretty cool books. Would recommend. They have a nice hardcover. They feel really nice to hold. You can get a good swing on them. I don't know why I'd want to swing on them. Mind you, I did try using this for cricket. It doesn't work as a cricket bat, but it was a funny thing to try. Hence, I know you can get a good swing on those. But yeah, not long enough to really hit the ball with cricket, especially when you're as bad at cricket as I am. Anyway, enough of this random little tangent. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. I've been Monster 24, and this has been another video. Adios.